Good morning. Thanks for tuning in. I want to share some thoughts that were inspired and some things that I picked up directly from Max Lucado in his book, Glory Days. I want to talk a little bit about Joshua this morning. Joshua is the protege of Moses. And so a lot of times you think, oh, Joshua was just like the underling or whatever, or the second. You know what? Joshua, you're hard-pressed to find out anything that he did wrong. Moses made some mistakes in his life. We know about those. But Joshua, he was one of the spies that went to check out the promised land. They sent 12 of them in. And he and Caleb came back and they're just like, we can do this. God, this is awesome. And the other 10 were super negative. And because of that, he had to wait 40 years. 40 years he had to wait. Pretty tough. I love what it says in Luke chapter 11, verse 28. Blessed are those who hear the teaching of God and they obey it. That was Joshua. So he waits 40 years, and then this is what God says to him. This is a profound statement. He says, be strong and very courageous. This is God speaking to Joshua. Be strong and very courageous. Be careful to obey all the instructions Moses gave you. Do not deviate from them, turning either to the right or to the left. Then you will be successful in everything you do. Meditate on it day and night, so you will be sure to obey everything written in it. Only then will you prosper and succeed in all you do. This is my command. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or discouraged. So maybe he was prone to be discouraged. Maybe that was his weakness, but God's like, don't. And Joshua, he's the one that gets to lead them into the promised land. He's the one that's greatly used by God. He had to wait 40 years, but you never hear that Joshua complains. Now, it's very interesting because this verse is the only place in the Old Testament where the two words prosperous and success are linked in that way. Now, I'm not going to say that if you obey God and you do everything He wants, that you're going to become a millionaire. That's a perversion of teaching what Scripture has to say. Being prosperous isn't just about money. There's all sorts of ways to prosper, and occasionally includes money, but I like how Max puts it. We can have a wealthy spirit, mind, and body. God prospers leaders with new skills. One of the ways that He prospers a worker is with good sleep. The way that He prospers a teacher is with added patience. And a mother with deeper affection. I just heard some parents talking, they just said, you know, you love one child and you couldn't possibly have the same kind of love. And then you have another child and it's like, I love this one too. Do you know what? It also, prosperous would be for people that are older, along in years, that He gives great hope to people throughout the course of their life. Spiritual fluency leads to scriptural affluence. So God's command was enough for Joshua. Now think about it. There's no reservation. God says, go take him into the promised land. He's like, okay, I'll do it. There's no, yeah, but. Okay, Sarah is like, oh, I'm too old to have a kid. Moses is like, I'm not a good speaker and I've not gotten any better since you started talking through the bush to me. Okay? The disciples, we'd like to feed the people, but we don't have enough food. And the people are hungry. See, they saw what was lacking. Not Joshua. Joshua did not resist the call of God. God said it, he believed it. I think we can learn a lesson from Joshua. And that we can say, you know what, I'm going to do my best to do it right the first time. At the end of his life, he challenges the people. This is the way that I've lived. As for me and my house, we're going to serve the Lord. You have to choose for yourself. But that's the statement that Joshua made with his life. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. You can make that same declaration for yourself and for your house. God bless you. Have a great week.